McCarthy's shrieking denunciations and fear-mongering have created a climate of fear and suspicion across the country, raising the question in households across the nation, who are the un-American Americans among us?
Any man who has been named by either a senator of a committee or a congressman is dangerous to the welfare of this nation.
President Eisenhower refuses to engage directly with McCarthy. In a letter to his brother, however, Eisenhower explains, as for McCarthy, only a short-sighted or completely inexperienced individual would urge the use of the office of the presidency to give an opponent the publicity he so avidly desires. Time and time again, without apology or evasion, I and many members of this administration have stood for the right of the individual for free expression of convictions, even though those convictions might be unpopular, and for uncensored use of our libraries except as dictated by common decency.
Yvette?
Monsieur, I didn't hear you come in. You frightened me half to death.
Oh, wouldn't want to do that. There are so many better ways to die. Would you please turn off that noise?
Oui,
Is everything ready?
oui.
Good. Cook!
You called, sir.
Everything on schedule?
Dinner will arrive at 7:30. Sharp.
Right on time. You have your instructions?
Oui.
Very well. Let the game begin. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm not sure if I'm in the right...
Yes, indeed, you are expected, Colonel.
How do you know?
It is Colonel Mustard, isn't it?
No, that's not my name. My name is Colonel...
I believe it's been recommended that tonight you use a pseudonym.
Oh, no, thank you. It took an antihistamine before I came.
May I take your coat?
Oh, all right. I suppose I...
There we go.
What's this here?
Would you serve him?
Champagne?
Oh, don't mind if I do.
Follow me, Colonel.
Thank you. Are you expecting someone else?
Indeed. I'll be right with you.
This way, Monsieur.
With pleasure, my dear.
Welcome, madame.
You know who I am.
Only that you're a socialite to be known this evening as Mrs. White.
Yes, it said so in my letter, but why?
May I introduce you? Miss White, this is the maid, Yvette.
Champagne?
I think not.
I take it you two know each other?
We never met.
Please, warm yourself in the lounge.
Why? Do I look cold?
A bit. I'll be right with you.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Pleased to meet you.
I'm really pleased to meet anyone.
Please, madame, come in from the rain.
Miss Peacock, I presume?
Who? Oh, yes, that's me.
Cook, would you be so kind as to take Miss Peacock's stole? I see you two have already met.
Don't be ridiculous. I've never seen this woman before in my life.
Champagne?
My lips belong to the Lord.
Please, make yourself comfortable in the lounge.
Thank you. Oh, and for your hospitality. And there's a couple of Benjamins hidden under the commas for you, Butler.
Oh, how sticky.
I expect to be treated like the wife of a...
Hold that thought. Right this way. After you, Miss Peacock.
Oh my, look at this molding. It's quite a magnificent mansion, isn't it? Who are you?
Welcome to the party.
This is turning out to be quite the crowd.
Is this the right address to meet a Mr. Body?
Sit! No, not you, sir.
Sorry, this letter has me rather anxious.
Oh, you must be Mr. Green.
Yeah, that's exactly who I am.
Welcome, sir.
Whoa, this wasn't what I was expecting at all.
Oh, I find if you expect nothing, you're never disappointed.
Well, I'm not disappointed.
Oh, pardon me, sir.
Please arrive at 7:30 sharp on a Saturday evening. Well, here I am,
Professor Plum.
if you say so.
Well, well, well. And I thought I'd seen everything.
Miss Scarlet, I hadn't realized you and the professor were acquainted.
We're not. The bridge is washed out from the rain. My car broke down, and this professor offered to give me a ride. I didn't realize we were headed to the same place until we arrived.
How was your drive?
It's a long haul.
Indeed, it is a long haul. But then, it's a very large house. Right this way.
Say, what is this godforsaken place anyway?
Oh, this old place? This is Body Manor. Cook! Dinner!
Directly.
Appetizers in the lounge. After you.
Hors d'oeuvres, good, I'm starving.
Funny, I haven't much of an appetite at all.
My, this is really a party.
Well, greetings all, it's a pleasure for you to see me. Ooh, cocktail hour.
Right. Good then. You're all here. Colonel Mustard,
Present.
Miss Scarlet, Mrs. White,
Yes.
Professor Plum,
Right.
Mr. Green,
That's me.
and Miss Peacock.
How do you do?
Greetings. I am Wadsworth, the butler. Tonight, as you may have surmised, none of you are being addressed by your real names, a courtesy your host has provided to ensure your privacy. I suggest you follow his lead and refrain from revealing too much about yourselves. You never know when... Ah, dinner!
Mr. Wadsworth, you were saying you never know when. What?
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 This way, please.
What is this place?
See that molding here? I love it.
seated.
Is that me?
Is that me? It's not mine.
Here we are.
This place, at the head of the table, is that for you?
Oh, indeed no, sir. I am merely the humble butler.
What exactly do you do?
I buttle, sir?
Dinner is served.
Thank you, cook.
All right then. What's all this about, Butler? This dinner party?
Ours not to reason why, ours but to do and die.
Die?
Oh, merely quoting, sir, from Alfred, Lord Tennyson.
I prefer Kipling myself. Do you like Kipling, Colonel?
Sure. I'll eat anything. So, who's a host? Is this where he sits?
All in good time, sir.
What is that smell? It's something familiar.
Oh, shark's fin soup.
My favorite!
I know.
Bon appetit.
This is delicious. Ooh, this is yum, yum, yummy, yum, yum. Well, I guess I'll break the ice. I mean, I'll be the one to get the ball rolling. I mean, I'm used to being a hostess. It's an integral part of my life as the wife of a... Oh, I forgot. We're not supposed to say who we really are. But, oh well, I'm intrigued and I have no idea what I'm doing here. And, oh my, the soup is delicious, isn't it?
I know who you are.
You do?
Well, I work in Washington.
Washington. So you must be a politician's wife, Miss Peacock.
Yes, I am.
Who's your husband? Maybe I know him.
Well, he's... Mrs. White, you've been awfully quiet. What does your husband do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well, he just lies around on his back all day.
How lazy.
Not necessarily.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
That'll be $5, mister.
I'm sorry?
Mr. Green, what do you do in Washington?
Oh, I better not say. I like to follow the rules.
Well, if I wasn't trying to keep the conversation going, then we'd just be sitting here in embarrassed silence.
Are you afraid of silence, Miss Peacock?
Yes. No. Why?
In my professional opinion, it seems you suffer from what we call pressure of speech.
Is that an official diagnosis?
Are you a doctor, Professor?
In psychological medicine.
Do you practice?
Not anymore. I currently work for the government.
Oh, another politician.
Not exactly. I do work for you know who.
Who?
A branch of the United Nations organization, the World Health Organization.
Oh. You know who. It's an acronym.
I have a sister who was a gymnast.
You are a real colonel, aren't you?
I am.
Aren't you going to mention the coincidence that you also live in Washington, D.C., Colonel?
How do you know that?
Oh, I've seen you before.
Does that mean you live in Washington as well?
Sure do.
Does anyone here not live in Washington?
So, is this about the Red Scare?
The Red Scare? I'm not a communist, I'm a Republican!
Wadsworth, you've had about enough of this. Where's our host, and why have we been brought here?
Speak of the devil. Pardon me, sir.
Hey. I've got an idea.
Where is she going?
What is she doing?
What's going on?
Oh, yes.
Huh?
Good thinking, Miss Scarlet.
Huh? What are we doing?
Did you hear anything?
Nothing yet.
The acoustic coupling between the door and the glass allows sound waves to travel from one side to another.
I don't hear anybody.
Either. Can you hear?
Everything is going according to plan. Meet you in the study.
Study? What?
lovely door. Who's at the door? I demand to know what's going on.
Could I interest any of you in fruit or dessert?
No!
Then might I suggest we adjourn to the study for coffee and brandy, where our newly arrived host will reveal his intentions, your letters will be explained, and the game will be afoot.
Coffee? Brandy?
Thank you, Yvette. That will be all.
Oui, monsieur.
So, where's our host?
He's not here. Nobody's here. What is happening?
Cigarette? It'll calm your nerves.
I don't smoke.
What is this? For Wadsworth. Open after dinner. It's for you.
Thank you. Ooh. Ooh. All right. Are you comfortable?
I make a good living.
Oh, out with it, Wadsworth.
Ladies and gentlemen, these instructions are clear.
I'm glad something is.
It seems the 6 of you have all received the same letter. It will be to your advantage to be present on this date because a Mr. Body will bring to end a certain long-standing, confidential, and painful financial liability.
Yes.
As it turns out, you all have one thing in common.
That tyrant McCarthy. We're all being blacklisted, aren't we?
Close, Colonel. You're all being blackmailed. For some considerable time, you've all been paying more than you can afford to somebody who threatens to expose you.
Oh, please. What's someone going to blackmail me for? I go to church every Sunday.
Yeah, lady, don't we all?
Anybody else wish to deny it? Until you received your letters, you hadn't known who'd been blackmailing you. But now I'm sure even the least discerning amongst you has determined that the man behind your ransom is Mr. Body himself.
Yes, I figured as much, but who is this Body fellow?
Who Mr. Body is no concern of yours. Suffice it to say, he's a supporter of the House Un-American Activities Committee, and he feels your activities have been decidedly un-American.
What?
My task this evening is to expose your secrets to each other, rendering you all culpable in each other's indiscretions.
But we hardly know each other.
Precisely.
Wait, so we're being blackmailed by a renegade McCarthyist? Where does that leave us?
I'm afraid that's not for you to ask. We'll start with you, Professor Plum. It says here you're a professor of psychiatry, specializing in pathological, lying lunatics suffering from delusions of grandeur.
Yes, but now I work for the US government.
So, your work has not changed. But you can't practice medicine anymore now, can you? Your license has been lifted, correct?
Why? What happened?
You know how doctors aren't supposed to date their patients?
Yeah?
Yeah, well, she did.
How awful. You know, someday there'll be a reckoning for people like you.
I hope so. Me too.
You're disgusting.
Are you making moral judgments, Miss Peacock?
Well,
How then do you justify taking bribes in return for delivering Senator Peacock's votes to certain lobbyists?
My husband is a paid consultant. There's nothing sinful about that.
Not if it's publicly declared, but if you take bribes at Old Ebbett's Grill, slip cash into the stall door, how would you describe that transaction?
I'd say it stinks.
When were you in that men's room?
So it's true.
No, it's a vicious lie.
Then how come you've been paying blackmailer for over a year now to keep that story out of the papers?
Now see here.
Well, I'm willing to believe you. I too am being blackmailed for something I didn't do.
So am I.
Not me.
Oh, you're not being blackmailed?
Oh, I'm being blackmailed, all right, but I did what I'm being blackmailed for.
What did you do?
I run a non-governmental agency that handles classified affairs.
Affairs? In Washington?
Is that how you know Colonel Mustard lives in Washington? Is he
Certainly
what?
not.
I was asking Miss Scarlett.
Well, you tell him it's not true.
It's not true.
Is that true?
No.
So it is true.
That's a double negative.
Double negative? You mean you have photographs?
That sounds like a confession to me. In fact, this double negative has led to proof positive. I'm afraid you gave yourself away.
Are you trying to make me look stupid in front of the other guests?
Oh, believe me, sir, you don't need my help from that. Colonel, you hold a sensitive security post in the Pentagon. Those negatives would surely compromise your position.
And what position exactly were you caught in, Colonel?
This is an outrage.
Now, let's see. Who's next? Mrs. White! You've been paying our friend the blackmailer ever since your husband disappeared under, shall we say, mysterious circumstances?
Say what you want. I didn't kill him.
Then why are you paying the blackmailer?
I wouldn't want another scandal, would I?
Another?
We had a very humiliating confrontation. He had threatened to kill me. In public!
Why would he want to kill you in public?
I believe she meant that he had threatened in public to kill her.
It's all over the papers.
And yet, he was the one who died. Not you, Mrs. White. Not you.
I had been out all night at the movies. His head had been cut off. And he was found unclothed, and so it is. You know. But, like I said, I was out all night at the movies.
What was showing?
The naked alibi.
A likely story.
But it says here he was your second husband. Your first also disappeared.
That was his job. He was an illusionist.
But he never reappeared.
Wasn't a very good illusionist.
And lastly, Mr. Green, who is a...
I don't need you to unmask me, Wadsworth. I know exactly what you're going to say about me.
Oh, what's that?
Mr. Green, who's a communist.
Not me.
I'm sorry?
You asked who is a communist, and I said, not me.
Oh, thank you, Colonel. But there's more to it than that.
How do you mean?
There's evidence to support the question of your politics.
My politics? Since when is working for the Republican Party a crime?
You swore an oath of allegiance to the Republican Party and yet neglected to vote for Eisenhower in the last election. That's grounds for an ousting if ever there was one.
But voting records are confidential.
Everything has its price, Mr. Green.
So, there you have it.
Have what?
A crooked senator's wife, a lascivous doctor, a disloyal Republican, and so forth. Not exactly adhering to an all-American standard of behavior now, are we?
Depends on who you ask.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce your host for the evening and blackmailer for life, Mr. Body.
How do you do?
You're such a funny man! You're better
Miss White in the study with her knee?
Thank you. I've studied martial arts.
There is one more piece of information you all may like to have. The police are arriving in less than an hour.
The police?
Unless
Unless what?
you all agree to double down.
And why would we agree to do that?
Because if you don't, I'll take that briefcase containing all the evidence to expose your wrongdoings in the hands of the police, the press, and the House of Un-American Committee. Some of you would face a lifetime of jail, others a lifetime of shame.
Bastard!
Unless,
Unless what?
well, there is something you could do for me. Something that would change the game. Something I just can't bear to do myself.
What?
Have a seat, please.
What's this about, sir?
Will you please pass out the packages in this bag, Wadsworth?
Packages?
Presents, if you will. I'm a generous sort of fellow.
You are?
Wadsworth, please pass them out.
Gladly.
Anyone care to take a guess as to what's inside?
Perfume?
Maybe candy?
Oh, a rare single malt Scotch whiskey?
Aren't guessing games fun? How about you, Mustard?
I don't know.
You're no fun. Please, open them.
A candlestick? What's this for?
A wrench?
A lead pipe.
A dagger?
A revolver?
Oh, no. It's a rope.
In your hands, you each have a lethal weapon. You all came here tonight because the evidence against you was so damning. You couldn't dare to let it get out. I'm here to put that to the test.
You are?
Mr. Wadsworth here is the only other person who knows all of your secrets, and it's costing us all dearly to keep him quiet. Isn't that right, Mr. Wadsworth?
Wadsworth!
He's lying.
He may look suave and charming,
Oh, well, thank you.
but really he's conniving and manipulative.
False!
Why do you think he called the police on you all tonight?
You called the police?
Only because he instructed me to do so.
Did I? Now, the only way for you to get rid of this blackmail and get this dirty business off of my hands is to kill Wadsworth.
No, he wouldn't.
It's over, Wadsworth.
No, he's lying. I'm one of you. I'm not a butler. I'm an indentured servant.
Ha! A familiar refrain. It's over, Wadsworth. Don't try and beg. Now, it's time for one of you to kill Wadsworth. Now!
It's Mr. Body!
Oh, thank goodness.
Is he breathing? Stand back. He's dead.
There's no gunshot wound.
There's a bullet here.
Eagle eye, Miss Scarlet.
But if there's a bullet over there, how did Mr. Body die over here?
I don't know. I'm not a forensics expert.
Something else must have killed him.
One of us must have killed him.
It was Mrs. Peacock.
I need a drink.
What are you doing?
Mrs. Peacock?
Oh, no, that's
I would
disgusting.
not do that.
Lord.
That's terrible.
Oh.
What if Mr. Body was poisoned by the brandy? Poison!
Well, there, it's gonna be, everything will be okay. You're gonna be okay.
You tried, buddy.
The nerve.
Well, someone had to stop her screaming.
Was the brandy poisoned?
How should I know?
Looks like now we'll never know.
Unless she dies too.
The screams are coming from the billiard room! Quickly! It's locked!
Locked.
Who's in there? Who's screaming?
C'est moi!
Yvette?
Oui!
Yvette, are you all right?
No!
Yvette, are you alive?
Of course I'm alive, you idiot! No thanks to you, Wadsworth. You've trapped us in this house with a murderer.
So the murderer is here.
We?
Well, who is it?
We're all looking at him. Or her.
I'm an old woman who may not been poisoned. It's amazing I'm anywhere.
That's what took you so long?
I heard you all in the study. One of you is the killer.
How could you hear us in the study?
I was listening. I have a tape recorder in the billiard room connected to the study. Monsieur Body asked me to record your conversation.
Why would he ask you to do that?
For more evidence, of course. Wadsworth revealed your secrets in the study. Now they all are recorded.
We have to figure out which one of them did it.
What do you mean, which one of them?
Well, I didn't do it.
It wasn't.
Don't look at me.
I would have done it, but I didn't have access to a weapon.
Don't look at me. All I got was a candlestick.
Well, then who else could it have been?
Only the cook.
Zig! Don't see anybody. Where could the cook be?
What a lovely kitchen. My husband and I had one very similar to this in our first brownstone. It has such a homey feel, doesn't it? It's the cook with a dagger in her back!
Someone must have killed her!
Can somebody help me?
That makes 2
To what?
murders.
I hate murders!
I think you better explain yourself, Wadsworth.
Me?
Well, who else would want to kill a cook?
Dinner wasn't that bad.
How can you make jokes at a time like this?
It's my defense mechanism.
Some defense. If I was a killer, I'd kill you next. I said if. There's only one man to kill here. It's not me. It's Mrs. White. You paid the blackmail. How many husbands have you had?
Mine or other women's.
Yours.
He doesn't count.
Believe that.
5.
5?
Yes, just the 5. Wow. Husbands should be like Kleenex. Soft, strong, and disposable.
Then if it wasn't you, then who had it? Who had the dagger?
It was Mrs. Peacock.
Yes, but I put it down.
Where?
In the study. Any one of us could have picked it up. Well then, it must have been Mr. Green.
Can somebody please help me up?
Oh, good Lord! Get him up, won't you?
You really ought to learn to speak up for yourself better, Mr. Green.
Oh, God. Oh.
Might I suggest we take the cook's body into the study?
Why?
Well, for starters, if the police arrive and see this, we'll all be in custody and under suspicion for murder. And, secondly, I'm the butler. I like to keep the kitchen tidy.
What's going on?
Could have done that.
Oh my God, it's so
God, how weak are you?
Oh my God.
Yeah, look who's talking. All right.
What are you staring at?
Nobody.
What do you mean?
Nobody. Nobody. Mr. Body's body. It's gone.
Gone?
Well, maybe somebody moved him.
Who would want to move him?
And why?
How should I know?
So was he dead or wasn't he?
He was.
We should have made sure.
I thought I had.
God.
Oh my. All this excitement. If you'll excuse me, I have to, is that a little girl's room?
Oui, madame.
Oh, no, no. I just want to powder my nose.
There's a toilet outside the billiard room.
Not to alarm anybody, but we do currently have the small issue of 2 dead bodies, 1 missing, 1 present, and the imminent arrival of the police.
The police?
But the bridge is washed out. That should buy us some extra time, right?
Good thinking.
But I don't want extra time. I'm trapped in this house with a murderer.
Wadsworth, am I right in thinking that there's nobody else in this house?
No.
Then there is somebody else in this house.
Sorry, I said no meaning yes?
No meaning yes?
Yes.
Look, I want a straight answer.
Don't look at me.
Wadsworth, is there anyone else in this house? Yes or no?
No.
No, there is, or no, there isn't.
Yes?
There seems to be some confusion about whether or not we are the only people in this house.
No, there isn't.
There isn't any confusion, or there isn't anybody else?
Either. Both.
Just give me a clear answer.
What was the question again?
Is there anyone else in this house? Yes or no?
No!
That's what he says, but does he know?
Look, we've got a killer on the loose, the missing dead body of Mr. Body, a cook with a dagger in her back, and all these easily accessible weapons. The rope, the revolver, the wrench, and hey, where's the lead pipe? Mr. Body!
Attacked her!
Stay back.
He's dead.
That's what you said last time.
I believe in second chances.
Mr. Body? Dead? Again?
I'm going to faint.
I'll catch you. Sorry.
Mrs. Peacock,
Yes?
where did this happen?
In the bathroom. I opened up the door and there he was! At first, I thought he was attacking me, but then I realized he'd been left dead, propped up against a door frame, just waiting to fall on someone.
Who would do such a thing?
Well, I dropped the lead pipe on the way to the kitchen.
So it could have been anybody?
Nobody just drops murder weapons.
I didn't know it was a murder weapon when I dropped it.
Dang it. So we have no idea who killed him. Somebody brutally bashed in his skull with a lead pipe and left him in the bathroom. And we don't know who did it. Who did it? Who did that?
Cool it, Butler. While you're over here losing your marbles, I'm trying to do something useful. Don't you all remember the evidence against us?
The evidence!
Body's briefcase is locked.
Yes, Mr. Green, would you be so kind as to check Mr. Body's pockets for the keys to the evidence containing the evidence of your crimes, so that we may destroy said evidence once and for all?
Why should I do it?
Why not?
Fair point, I guess.
Where'd you get those?
Well, I don't like germs.
Or fingerprints?
Mostly just germs. Oh God. It's so warm. Aha, here it is.
Over here. All right.
Give me that, give me that, give me that.
Okay.
One second.
Not that hard.
Turn around. It's fine.
It's not that hard, Miss Scarlet.
You got it? Oh, okay. It's empty.
Empty?
I told you Buddy was a liar. Had the evidence in his briefcase, my foot!
Then where's all the evidence?
We must find the evidence.
And destroy it.
Evidence gets aside. First things first, we're in a room with 2 dead bodies. Let's move the corpses to the couch so they look less, dead.
Help me.
All right. Yes, sir.
Cadavers are heavy, aren't they?
Heavy fellow.
Solid battlefield technique, Green. Never leave a man
Prop
behind.
her up.
God.
Oh,
Some party this is turning out to be.
aren't you all strong and virile?
Good. They just look asleep.
Forget about the bodies. We need to do something about this room full of murder weapons and the homicidal maniac on the loose.
We'll put the weapons in the bag.
And what good will that do?
Then we'll zip up the bag.
Most murderers know how a zipper works, Wadsworth.
I know. We'll put the bag in the safe.
Terrific. Where's the safe?
In the hall.
What's going on?
I know.
Shh.
Rude.
I don't see a safe.
Is that an original Trumbull, Mr. Wadsworth?
Those are quite valuable.
Now is not the time for art appreciation. Butler.
Oh.
A hidden safe disguised as a chest. How original.
There. Locked.
What are you planning on doing with the key to the safe, Wadsworth?
Oh, I'll put it in my pocket.
But what if you're the murderer?
I'm not.
But what if you are?
I have an idea. We'll throw away the key.
Oui, il extérieur.
But it's raining à l'extérieur.
I'm not suggesting we go outside. I'm suggesting we open the door and throw away the key.
But you'd have to open the door, wouldn't you?
Yes.
But what if the killer's outside?
But what if opening the door encourages the murderer to go out?
The killer seems to be doing a fine job of opening and closing doors all by himself. I don't see how opening the door for one tiny second could do possibly any sort of a difference.
What if we open the door, throw away the key, the killer catches it, now the killer has the key we're trying to confiscate?
Buddy, you are overthinking this.
I am?
I'm going to throw away the key. Follow me.
Hello. I'm sorry, I let myself in.
How did you get inside? The doors are locked and we've got guards. Guard dogs.
Well, it was the dogs who actually let me in, so.
Oh, not now!
Was that the killer?
He didn't look like a killer.
Takes one to know one.
Believe it or me, interrogation is my specialty. Wait, how'd you get back in here?
I'm sorry, you didn't even leave. You left the door unlocked. I didn't mean to disturb the whole household, but my car broke down out here and I was wondering if I could use your phone.
Are you a killer?
What? No.
All right then, this way, please.
Thank you. Well, Where is it?
What, the body?
The phone. What body?
The body? There's no body. There's nobody.
Right, there's nobody in the study.
No, that phone's been disconnected. But you could use the one in the lounge. This way.
Alrighty, Vane. Thank you.
Right through this door.
Thanks.
All right. Our task is twofold. One, find the evidence. Two, find the murderer.
Look, we got one potential suspect contained in the lounge, which leaves the whole rest of this place up for grabs. Who knows what's behind all these doors?
I suggest we handle this in proper military fashion. We split up and search the house.
Split up.
Yes, we'll split up into pairs. That way none of us will be alone.
But if we split up into pairs, whichever one of us is paired with the killer might get killed.
But then we will have discovered who the murderer is.
But then the other half of the pair would be dead.
This is war, Peacock. Casualties are inevitable. You can't make an omelet without breaking eggs. Every cook will tell you that.
But look what happened to the cook.
Colonel, are you really willing to take that chance?
What choice do we have?
None.
All right, troops, divide and conquer. I'll split us into pairs. Eeny, meeny, miny.
No! Miss White, you're coming with me. Professor Plum, you'll go with Miss Peacock. Yvette, you're with Mr. Green. And Miss Scarlet, you're with Eeny Meeny.
But what if someone doesn't come back?
We'll remember you fondly. Now, leave no door unopened and cherish your partners. This may be the last person you ever see.
We will take a brief 10-minute intermission and continue the mystery.
I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder.
Come on, I'll be right behind you.
That's why I'm nervous.
Why? It's just us. We're alone.
That's just it, Miss White. No man in his right mind would ever be alone with you.
Fine. You'll go in there and I'll go in here.
All right.
Are you going in?
Yes. Are you?
Yes.
All right. On the count of 3. 1, 3.
Nothing in that room.
Nothing in that room either. Oh.
Shall we search the ballroom?
Oh. After you.
This is quite an impressive library.
How can I find anything if I don't even know what I'm looking for?
Civilized society is perpetually menaced through this primary hostility of men towards one another.
Your fancy words don't intimidate me, Professor.
I take no credit, Miss Peacock. Freud, I think he's onto something.
Now is not the time for academic pursuits. We're supposed to find the evidence.
It's a fruitless search if you ask me. It's not like we're just gonna walk into a room and find the evidence plastered on the wall.
I suppose you're right.
Come on, let's go upstairs. Maybe there's something in the bedroom.
Oh my.
I'm a little nervous. I'm at that big house on the hill, and I've been locked in the lounge. Well, I didn't expect there to be so many people here. Seems like they're having some sort of party. And the funny thing is, I think one of them is my customer. Yeah, my regular Tuesday night passenger.
Oh, there you are.
You'll never believe what I found in the hallway. Professor Plum's stupid tobacco pipe.
Huh. What do you think that means?
Who knows? But it seems suspicious if you ask me.
I just did.
Honestly, Colonel, this is the last room to search in this beastly mansion, and we still haven't found the evidence.
I think this time has been productive, nevertheless.
Aren't you a Pollyanna?
You're a brave and determined lady, Miss Scarlet. I've really enjoyed our time together. I hope after this expedition ends, we can remain friends. I mean, really, this has been a lovely group of people, all in all, besides murders. I was supposed to know why Mrs. White left her veil in the billiard room, but
You found White's veil in the billiard room? Odd.
Odd?
Odd.
Gotta be some place.
It does. But we need to get out of here.
Hey, what's this?
A secret passage! A secret passage! Come on, let's go!
Ladies first, Miss Scarlet.
How heroic.
Where are we now?
How should I know? The lights are out.
Well, turn them on.
I would if I could see anything.
Well, I'm not gonna feel my way around.
Don't get any funny ideas. A telephone?
A table? A chair?
A body?
A body?
Door!
Get me out of here!
Help! Help!
Murder!
Help!
Murder!
Let us in!
Let us in! Let us
Let us
out!
out!
Let
Let
us
us
out!
We can't let you out. The door to the lounge is locked.
Locked?
I have an idea.
Please get us out of here. There's a murderer on the loose.
There's no alternative. I'm just gonna have to break down the door. Stand back. I'm a doctor.
Stand back. I'm a woman.
Can someone help me?
Where are we?
What was that?
What's happening?
Murder!
I will help you. I'm done shooting at you. The door is unlocked. You could come out now.
Why were you shooting at us?
To unlock the door?
But you could have killed us!
I said stand back.
That's add finding the key to a lounge to our priority list.
Say, Frenchie, where'd you get that gun anyway?
The safe? It was unlocked.
Unlocked?
It's impossible. I have the key. No, I haven't. It's gone.
Gone?
Not to beat a dead horse, but I feel like having all the keys
I thought
is
you said
really-
you'd throw away the key to the safe, Wadsworth.
I did say that, but I didn't do that. We got distracted when the motorist arrived, and I forgot. One of you must have stolen it from my pockets while we were searching the manor.
So, whoever took the keys is the killer.
Precisely.
Speaking of the killer, there's a dead body in the lounge, you know. The motorist is dead.
But the door to the lounge, it was locked.
Which one of you killed him?
We found him together.
And he was already dead.
How did you get in?
We found a secret passage through the conservatory.
A secret passage? Who designed this place?
The Parker brothers.
Who is that?
Quick, hide the gun.
Don't worry. It's not the police.
I'm gonna go open a door.
No!
It's the decent thing to do.
Good evening, sir.
Oh, good evening, officer. We've been expecting you.
You have?
I mean, we haven't.
I found a car by the gates of this house. Did a motorist stop by for help or any chance?
Oh, yeah, no, yes.
There seems to be some disagreement. At any rate, can I come in and use the phone?
Oh, of course you can. There's a phone in the study.
Out of order.
Yeah, sorry, I meant the lounge.
Occupied.
I mean,
If you will, officer, You may use the phone in the library. This way.
You all are acting rather peculiar.
Oh, it's because our chandelier fell down.
Oh, we love that chandelier.
It could have killed us, but not to worry. I'll have the maid clean it up.
That's all good and well, but what's going on in the lounge in the study?
Oh, you know, lounging, studying. This way.
Let me have a look.
No, thank you.
What?
What? This way, please.
Actually, I would like to have a look around if you don't mind.
Oh, certainly. Follow me. I'll take you on a grand tour of Body Manor. This home was built by Lord Reginald Body in 1784.
We've got to cover our tracks and get rid of this guy.
Lord Body had been declared Lord Body after somebody discovered an antibody that would save everybody. Did you notice the mahogany floors? Did you know in the 17th century, the buccaneer John Esquemeling recorded the use of mahogany for making canoes? Can you canoe?
What? Where'd everybody go?
Notice these brass doorknobs crafted specifically for Lord Body by his buddy.
I don't care about the doorknobs, mister. What's going on around here? What are you hiding in those 2 rooms?
Which 2 rooms?
The lounge and the study.
Oh, yes, those 2 rooms.
Yes.
No, officer, I don't think you should go in there.
Why not?
Because it's all too shocking.
Hello, officer. Welcome to the party.
Excuse me.
Oh, you're excused.
Pardon me.
Good night, officer.
Good night. That wasn't shocking at all, mister. Those folks were just having a good time. Why didn't you tell me this was a party?
My apologies, sir?
I'll just take a look in the lounge now, if you don't mind.
Go right ahead.
Good evening, officer. How do you do?
Are these men drunk?
Dead drunk.
Do you mind a sip?
Not while on the job. The chief would kill me.
Oh, God. Hey, put that down. He killed you if you don't.
What?
Have a lovely evening, officer.
Same to you. Well,
I can explain everything.
no explanation necessary. There's nothing illegal about any of this.
There isn't?
Of course not. This is America, and that was the pursuit of happiness. May I use your phone now?
Oh, certainly. The library, officer.
Thank you.
All's clear. You can come out now. Well done, all of you. Impressive.
I didn't know you had that in you.
Thank you. You too.
All right. I've locked him in the lounge.
How'd you do that? I thought you didn't have the keys.
I didn't have my right pocket keys, but my left pocket keys were intact. Now, we've got to finish searching the manor before the police arrive.
But the police already came.
Not the broken down car police, the criminal investigation police.
Precisely. All right, off quickly. We can't afford to have any more murders. This is getting dangerous.
Hello? Hello? Power outage. Must be the storm. Oh, hello, Chief. Yes, this is... Hello? Hello? Is this phone working?
Hello? Who turned out the lights? Hello? Oh, it's only you. You scared me. I thought you were the killer.
Did somebody cut the line? Hello?
Oh, is that a clue? What is that in your hand?
Oh, good. You can hear me. You see, I found this abandoned card and wound up in this old mansion where all the lights just went out. I'm telling you, Chief, something's funny going on around here. They're having some sort of party, and you'll never believe who I just saw. No!
There.
Let there be light.
Do you hear that? It sounds like a phone's off the hook.
Yes, it's coming from the library.
That's where the killer must be.
I'm going in.
Aren't you afraid?
Of course.
Of what? A fate worse than death?
No, just death. Excuse me, officer. Do you need any assistance? A phone book, perhaps?
Hey, listen, Copper. The butler asked you a question. Hang up the phone already, or I will.
We should be safe here in the billiard room.
I don't feel safe.
I can't relax.
How about around a pool to pass the time?
Oh, good idea.
Knock him up.
Yes. God. 3 murders in 3 minutes.
That's our best record.
3 murders.
6 altogether.
The cop, Yvette, the motorist, and the singing telegram girl?
But who is the murderer?
Ain't that the million-dollar question?
Sometimes the most obvious answer is right beneath our noses. I believe the best course of action is to retrace our steps. It all started like this. At the start of an evening, there was thunder, lightning, the dogs barked. Ding dong, Colonel Mustard. Ding dong, Mrs. White, who noticed Yvette. Miss Peacock, who noticed the cook. Then Mr. Green. Ruff, 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 ruff. Sit! No, not you, sir. Then Professor Plum and Miss Scarlet. Then dinner was served. That was more like a cocktail minute. To the dining room. Shark's fin soup. Oh, yummy, yum, yum, my favorite. Who is this Mr. Body Butler? Then we went to the study to find Mr. Buddy. Coffee? Brandy? Who's Mr. Buddy? How do you do? Then Mr. Buddy asked me to pass out packages. Ah! A snake! Oh, no, it's a rope. Then Mr. Buddy switched off the lights. Now! Mr. Buddy was dead, but not really. Really, he was alive, but we didn't know it. Then Miss Peacock drank his drink. Poison! Ah! 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 Oh, well, somebody had to stop her. And then we heard, ah! Coming from the billiard room. But Miss Peacock arrived late. I am an old lady who may or may not have been poisoned. Then Mrs. White asked, who else is in this house? To which we all replied, the cook, who we found knifed in the back. Oh God, so gross. Blood, germs. Will somebody please help me up? I suggested we take the cook's body into the study, but Body's body was gone. Then Body came in, and Peacock, Body was draped over Peacock, and his brain had been bashed in with a blood pipe. And then the evidence, empty! That's when the motorist arrived. Are you a killer? And I locked her in the lounge, dead! Next, the unexpected cop showed up. You're all acting rather peculiar. Can you canoe? Dead! Next, the maid was strangled in the billiard room. Dead! Which brings us to, I am your singing telegram. Bang! And here we all are.
Bravo!
Nicely done, Wadsworth. But what
Wow.
does it prove?
Nothing.
Well,
Enough of this! I know who the murderer is.
you do?
Do? I do.
Well, we're listening, Miss Scarlet.
It was Professor Plum in the hall with the revolver. Liar. We all heard the gun go off, Professor. And I found your stupid tobacco pipe here when we were searching the house. When'd you drop it, huh? While scoping out the next best vantage point to kill your next victim? I bet that poor CNN telegram girl was an old patient of yours. Right? I'd never met that girl before in my life.
Well, the gun is missing. Gentlemen, turn out your pockets. Ladies, empty your purses. Whoever has the gun of the murderer. Oh,
Well done, Wadsworth.
You'll all never be able to prove anything if you're all dead.
oh. That may be so, Professor. But if we're alive... Officer, there's your woman.
Well done, Wadsworth.
That's what I said.
Yeah, well, I'm saying it now. Handcuffs, Chief of Police. Mrs. Plum, you're coming with me.
That's not how it happened. It happened like this.
All right, Plum, who do you accuse?
It was Colonel Mustard in the lounge with the wrench.
I never lounge.
I found your Medal of Honor in the lounge by the motorist, where the motorist was killed by a wrench to the head, and that wrench belongs to you.
That's a lie.
Well, the wrench is missing. Gentlemen, turn out your pockets. Ladies, empty your purses. Here's the murderer.
Well done, Wadsworth.
Officer, there's your man. Not a kernel of truth in him.
Well done, Wadsworth.
That's what I said.
Yes, well, I'm saying it now. Guilty verdict, Chief of Police. Colonel Mustard, you're coming with me.
You have it all wrong. It happened like this.
All right, who do you accuse?
It was Mrs. White in the billiard room with the rope.
I'd rather die.
I found your veil in the billiard room, and I saw how you cringed tonight as Yvette served you dinner.
Yes, I knew Yvette. She had a torrid love affair with my late husband. I hated her. I hated her so much. The flames on the side of my face, breathing, heaving, breaths. But just because I knew her doesn't mean I killed her.
Well, the rope is missing. Gentlemen, turn out your pockets. Ladies!
Well done, Wadsworth.
Well done, Wadsworth.
That's what I said.
Yes, well, I'm saying it now. Mark my words, Chief of Police. Mrs. White?
It happened like this.
Who do you accuse?
It was Mrs. Peacock in the kitchen with the dagger. I found your feather by the corpse.
Well, the dagger is missing. Gentlemen, turn out your pockets. Ah.
Well done, Wadsworth. That's what I said. Yes, well, I'm saying it now. Buried the hatchet.
Chief of Police! But that's not how it happened.
It
happened like this.
Who do you accuse?
It was Miss Scarlet in the library with the candlestick.
Mark my words, Chief of Police.
You can't do this to me.
Frankly, Miss Scarlet, I don't give a damn. But it really happened like this. I know who the killer is.
You do?
You do?
I do. It's all of you! Freeze! Nobody move! You're all killers!
You can't prove anything, Mr. Wadsworth.
Oh, I'm not Mr. Wadsworth! I'm Mr. Body!
How can you be Mr. Body if Body bled all over me?
It wasn't Body who was bleeding.
But if Body wasn't Body, then who was he?
That was Wadsworth, my butler.
But if you're the real Mr. Body, what was your purpose in dragging this all out?
Well, when you started killing each other off, I decided to roll the dice. See if you'd self-implode and kill off my entire network of spies and informers, which you all did, splendidly, by the way, generously leaving your fingerprints on every glass, doorknob, and dead body. So now, I have you all on the hook for murder.
Murder?
Bribery for petty crime is one thing, but murder, that can get expensive.
But the searching of this house, the madness of retracing our steps.
Yes, that's all part of the game.
Game?
Yeah, you see, I'm pretty calm now. You've killed everyone off, and now there's no evidence left against me. I've gotten off scot-free. Now, listen up, you reprobates. We're gonna stack up the bodies in the cellar, lock the cellar door, leave Body Manor one at a time, and forget that any of this ever happened.
I can't forget all of this.
With murder on the menu, your price of blackmail just tripled.
Forgotten?
Now move!
Wait a minute. We can all rush him. He's got no more bullets left in that gun.
Oh my God, you cannot believe I'm gonna fall for this trick.
It's not a trick. There's one shot at Mr. Body in the study, 2 for the lounge, and 2 for the singing telegram girl. That's 6 altogether.
That's not 6!
Even if you were right, which you're not, that would be 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2, not 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1.
Do you even know how to do math? That's 1 plus... Shut up! Point is, there is 1 bullet left in this gun, and anybody who moves is going to get it!
So, you're just gonna keep blackmailing us, and we're just supposed to pretend like this never happened?
Of course! Why not?
I'll tell you why not. Larry Gutman, FBI. The jig is up.
Or is it?
Missed me.
You're FBI?
Apparently, I'm a dead ringer for Green. He got a letter just like each of you, but he came to the Bureau for help. I took his place tonight to set up a sting operation.
Some sting? 6 people died on your watch.
Well, I usually work the desk. Well, my beat is property crime, you know, theft and fraud. That's why I was so tickled when the real Mr. Wadsworth risked his neck to drop off a whole briefcase worth of evidence last night.
You had the evidence this whole time?
Oh, yes, I did. Miss Scarlett's books, with all the names of her employees and customers, justifying why she killed a cook, who is listed here on her agenda.
Give me that!
And what do we have here? Ooh, a love letter addressed to Professor Plum.
That's private property!
That singing telegram girl was the teenage daughter of the head of the you-know-who, who would have come clean to daddy, who would have ratted you out, so you killed her.
Now see here.
Get back. Get back. Come on. No, Sarkston shoop indeed, Miss Peacock. Too bad if your old cook hadn't blabbered about your briberies, so you wouldn't have killed her. Now we know why you took so long to come to the kitchen.
Circumstantial evidence will never hold up in a court of law.
No, but this notarized record from the cook will. And these negatives, just give me a minute. These negatives, Colonel, quite the regular Miss Scarlett's establishment. Too bad you couldn't be a real colonel anymore if your motorist had informed your general where he drives you on Tuesday nights.
I just wanted somebody to talk with.
Now, Mrs. White, you didn't hate your vet at all, did you?
Flames on the side of my...
Oh, flames! Yeah, we get it. Here's a sample of a fingerprint left behind at one of your previous murders.
I didn't kill my husband's.
The same fingerprints the FBI would find on the rope tied around your vet's neck.
I wore gloves.
I wore gloves. Oh, you mean these gloves?
Ah, damn it!
Yeah. And lastly, Mr. Bobby Body.
It's Robert.
Now, you didn't hate your vet at all, did you?
What's it to you?
Illicit green card love affair is the icing on the cake of this FBI file, an FBI file on the whole Body family.
You leave my family out of this! Hold me, Larry. The second wind. If I knew you'd been coming, I'd have beat you and killed. Oh, here I go. I'm going.
He's dead.
Not yet.
Oh my God.
Smile when your heart is breaking. Smile when. Oh, dear. Oh, Larry.
Oh, no. No, thank you. No, thank you. Well, this is the most exciting night I had in a long time. And now you're all under arrest.
What?
Officers! Here are your killers.
All right, who done it?
She did!
Yeah, they all did. But if you want to know who killed Mr. Body, well, that was me, Special Agent Larry Goodman, in the hall with my gun.
Well done, Goodman.
Thank you, officer. And that's how it really... Oh. Sorry. All right, Chief, take him away. I'm going home.